Hey guys, Jake here. I'm a licensed residential HVAC contractor based out of Johnson City, Tennessee. I'm the sole owner and operator of Magnolia Services. Figure I'd mention that since people don't read the description all the time. This is a little area I like to come to. This is the Watauga River. This is the end of a trophy trout fishing area. It comes in here. I like to come down here from time to time. I'm going out on one today to do a York packaged heat pump tune-up, maintenance, whatever you want to call it. I didn't install the system. It was a customer of mine. He got this one installed maybe a year and a half ago, and he wants me to come out and maintenance the system. He used another contractor to install the equipment. I'll do a little pan around here. We're starting to get some leaves changing in the area. It's supposed to be a chance of rain today. It's light right now. They've changed the weather report a dozen times. I swear they can't get it right around here. But it's real mild out right now, probably in the upper 60s, gonna hit low 70s, mid 70s today. It's a real pretty area, peaceful out here. But I'm gonna go out and do a maintenance on this system. I'll take you along for the ride. I won't record my entire process on this one, being that the weather is supposed to get nasty around 2 o'clock today, 2 o'clock. So I'm gonna get over there and get this one knocked out. I won't record the whole process. Figured I'd do a little bit of a different intro today, show you this river here. It's really pretty, real pretty area, peaceful. I like coming out to nature trails, rivers, lakes, anything that's away from crowds is really what I prefer. All right, well, I'm gonna get on over there and get started on this one. Hope you enjoyed the intro. All right, well, this is the unit. I already did the test in here. 3-ton packaged heat pump. Everything looked okay on the pressures, getting about a 17.5 degree temperature split. Did my amp draws on the compressor in rush and while it was running, and the condenser motor and blower. Just checked the tightness on all the circuits here. This one had a little bit of turn in it, as well as the ground, so just about 1/8 of a turn I got on it. You gotta be careful when you crank on these things. You break these cheap contactors. These things right here on the side will pop off on you. So I'm gonna go ahead and move through this system now. I went ahead and flushed the drain as well. No access here. It's a running trap. I prefer to see a deeper trap here. And then I also shortened the drain line here. The drain was terminating down there, but there was a lot of grass that had blown up against this thing, so it was pretty much sitting down in the grass there. I took about 1.5 inches off of it. So that's what we got. I went ahead and poured some foaming cleaner in here, a gallon, and then flushed it with 2 gallons of water. I also ran my shop vac on it first. So got that stuff put back. Shouldn't need it anymore. I'm going to check the electrical circuits, make sure that we have the correct overcurrent protection on this. This has got a 10 kW heat kit. So according to the data plate on this thing, we should be at a 35 on the compressor side max overcurrent. So if we have a 30, we're fine there. And then it should have a 50 on the heat kit. And I see that a lot here with these units, not with this particular brand, but a lot of package units. It'll say that it's supposed to be 50, and people just assume it's a 60 because it's like a split system, but it's not. So you got to make sure that that's correct. So I previously disconnected the power over here. They're fuse disconnects, and I did take a quick look at them, and it looked like those were 60s on the heat kit side, and they're 60s. So if you look at this here, we're using this heat kit, 10 kW. We got 23.9 minimum, 47.8 on the minimum, and then 35 max and a 50 max. You got to make sure you use that second column because we're operating on 230 volt. This is not 208 3-phase. It's a residential application. So the fuses can't be any bigger than 35 and can't be any bigger than a 50. So this side is okay, it's a 30. I'm going to go ahead and lube these as well. I always lube these as part of my maintenance. You can see that has a little on it already, but I'm going to go ahead and hit the tabs on the pull out. And then this one here is our problem child. These are 60s and they should be 50s. So these need to be swapped out for 50 amp fuses. I'll go ahead and lubricate the pull out on this, and I also like to put a little on my fuses when I put them in. Alright, so I'll go ahead and let him know about that. We need to change those out to 50s and not 60s. It's really important to make sure you're checking this stuff on your maintenances. It's, you know, you want to make sure it's right. Okay, I got the contactor coil tested out. It tested at 18.7 ohms, so that's perfectly fine. Lawn company starting right behind me right now. Got the capacitor tested 45.75. It tested good. It's using an X13 blower. Something I noticed when I first opened it was these wires right here were touching and rubbing. Look at that, it almost rubbed through there, and it's actually messed that up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this down a little, try to raise that up a little bit, this clip, and then I'm going to put some electrical tape on that just in case it falls again. It's not going to rub through the wire. See that clip right here, that zip tie, I just slid it down 1/2 inch and that keeps it elevated. Coil looks perfectly okay. Got some debris down in here I need to wipe out. Look how beat up that thing is. The fins on it, brand new. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean the cabinet out, put some tape on this, and call this one okay. We're running in speed tap 4 and 5 when we go to the heat strips. Alright, so I got this, like I said, moved down. I got this taped up here so that if it does fall again, it's not going to rub a hole through that. At least it has to get through the tape first. Got this all wiped down in here. Looking a lot better. Cobwebs cleaned out of it and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and move over to here, start cleaning the cobwebs out of this. You'll see there's some in there. Not terrible though. Definitely not terrible. I'm going to clean that up. I already cleaned the webs out of this one. And just move through the process here. Okay, I got the compressor cabinet completely wiped down here. There's a couple spots that I saw that were rubbing. We were rubbing right here. I spaced those out. This suction, true suction line to this side was actually rubbing right there. We were rubbing right here on the TXV equalizing tube. Separated that. We were also rubbing back here on these two pipes. I separated that out as well. So something to keep an eye out for when you're doing these maintenances. And then also, oh yeah, we were rubbing right here as well. You can really see how bad that got right there. It's separated now. I might try to bend that just a hair more when I got another hand free. It's not touching right now. I think I'll bend that just a hair more because that was rubbing really bad on the suction line of the compressor. So something to keep an eye out if you're doing a maintenance or checking one of these Yorks out. Definitely could be an issue in the future. Alright, so this is all cleaned up, got everything wiped down, compressor shell, liquid, filter dryer back here, got everything wiped, got all the cobwebs out of it. I'll go ahead and put this back on, and we're going to start scrubbing down the outdoor unit. I'm going to drop these sides off here, and we're going to spray from the inside out. I'll also make sure to wipe down this and get any debris out as well. There's not much in there, but I'll go ahead and wipe that down too inside. Make sure that it's nice and clean. Okay, so this is the business end of the indoor coil here. This is the side that get dirty, not necessarily the other side unless it was real bad, right? You got some dirt and debris build up there. I'm actually gonna dry clean it with my brush. I'm going to grab some of that green Evap-C coil cleaner. I'm going to give this thing a good douche here, and then I'll go over it. I'll hit it probably with only about a ½ gallon of it, and then I'm going to hit it with 2 gallons of clean water behind it. I don't like letting that stuff sit on the coil. I like to hit it, let it foam up, and then flush it with water. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. We'll clean up any of the cobwebs and stuff we see in here, and give this a good thorough cleaning. Wipe this inside down. You can see it's kind of got some dirt and stuff on it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Since I have access to this, I'll go ahead and hit this with some cleaner as well. Okay, I ran a ½ gallon of the Viper Green through this coil. I went ahead and put a towel over the blower. I like to do that whenever I'm spraying one of these coils. Shouldn't go through, but you never know, just to be safe. Got the interior of this all wiped down here, even the top. Sure I will, that's showing up. But I like to get the whole cabinet, even got the ring in there wiped down with some all-purpose organic cleaner. And then I hit 2 gallons of clean water over this coil, and it came out looking a lot better. This side's got damage as well on it, you know, some fins rolled in and such. But yeah, it looks a lot better. Got all that gunk out. When I first came here, the filter was very dirty, so I had them change it. Well, they actually handed it to me, I changed it, but it was full of dog hair. So you could tell that they weren't keeping up real well with the filter maintenance. Alright, moving on. I'm going to start the top. I'm going to get the inside of that thing clean, dry cleaned first. Spray it with some cleaner, wipe it down. Take these sides off, wash through the coil. We'll go ahead and clean this as well, and scrub the top, get all the grit and stuff off of it. But so far it's going pretty good. Been wiping this out as I go through. I need to hit this side. I've got the other sides now, and I'll spray through that with the hose as well. Try to knock out any of that stuff that I can. I don't want to get back towards that way where the flex is, but I do want to try to knock a lot of that crap out of there. I don't want it rusting the trays. Okay, this is what the unit looks like, all waxed up here. Oh man, looks like it got some dirt on it already. Look at that. Alright, got the back done. Those are the old fuses I took out. I need to go ahead and take those with me. I put in some 50s. Alright, looks pretty good. Definitely looks better than it used to. I waxed the disconnects, waxed the whips going down all the way in. Went ahead and put some wax on the PVC. Clean that up as well. I'm going to go ahead and take off my compressor side, hook probes to it, and do a test out. I'm not going to record that. I just picked up a service call and I have another maintenance still to go to, so I got to hustle, and it's supposed to rain later, so I'm going to get after it. Go ahead and do the test out. I'll do an outro. Alright, well, I didn't shoot an outro yet. I didn't do it on the drive home. I rushed over here to my house. I got to change. I'm soaking wet. I normally carry an extra shirt and undershirt in my van, but I just feel like changing pants too. There was a lot of dog crap out there in the yard, and I got mud on the side of my pants. Hopefully it's mud, not dog crap, but I'm going to spray it off with my hose just to be safe and hang them in my garage, and then we'll put them in the laundry. But yeah, I wanted to come home. I stink too. I just got a service call from a new customer on a Goodman unit. They just came in from out of town. The outdoor unit's not starting, indoor blower's working. So I might record that. I'm not really sure if this guy's right on top of me. I've never been there before, so he might be standing right over me and wanting to chat and stuff. So I probably won't record if that's the case. We'll just have to see. But yeah, the split on the unit ended up being a little bit better. Instead of 17.5 degrees, the temperature split on my test in, I had 18.2, so I got a little bit better temperature split on the test out. Pressure still looked all good. I'm trying to rush because it is supposed to rain a little bit later, and I still have one more maintenance to do today as well as this service call. But I wanted to come home and change real quick and then shoot this outro. On the fuses, I did not charge them for any additional money for the fuses. I normally charge for a first time maintenance $250 because I don't know how bad it's going to be. But he was my customer, and he had used me several times before he did the equipment change out. So I knocked $25 off my first time fee and charged him $225 for the maintenance. I spent 3 hours on the job working, and then I had about 30 minutes of travel time, 25 minutes of travel time. So total, he had 3 hours on the job. I charged him $225, and that price also included the fuses at no additional charge. I know the guy that installed this system, so I didn't want to like call him out and be like, oh, this should have been 50s, not 60s, you know. I just put the 50s in, and then on the receipt, I just notated that I swapped out the 60s for 50s, and I just said no charge for the fuses. That guy, he's sent me work in the past, so you know, I'm not worried about it. And also, since I have that additional extra 25 for a first-time maintenance, I figure, you know, I'll just include them. Normally, once a customer has used me for a maintenance, I charge $200 moving forward for a maintenance. So since I had that additional 25 there, I just put the fuses on it at no charge. So it was $225, 3 hours on the job working, about 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes of travel time, and then that included the fuses. So hopefully he found value in it. He did actually tell me to go ahead and put him on the schedule for next year. So I have a little maintenance list that I keep, and I just start calling people as I have time in the spring, and then if I can't get to everybody in the spring, I'll call them in the fall. Some people don't mind if it's spring or fall. Some people want spring, some people want the fall. It just depends on what people prefer, you know. So I just go through the list each season, call the people I need to call, and try to get them knocked out. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate I'm blabbing here. I want to say thanks for watching. You guys, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch the video. Stay safe out there. Get home safe to your families. Talk to everybody later. Take care, guys.